Welcome back. As you know, I'm Eli, the computer guy, over here for the Daily Blob, where we ask the fundamental question of what is an ad, and would you know an ad when you saw an ad if it was surrounded by artificial intelligence? So I think this is an interesting question with the whole concept of advertising and new media. And whenever we talk about new media, it's whatever the media type of the time is currently new, right? When I was young, being a Gen Xer, growing up in the 1980s, one of the big things that happened is that basically toy companies could start advertising their toys by creating cartoons, right? So if a toy company wanted to sell Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures or He-Man action figures or G.I. Joe action figures, instead of just running ads or doing that type of thing, they would create, entire cartoons around this action figure universe, and that became the advertising mechanism to sell all of these products. And so for many of us, like when I was a kid, I thought the TV show came first, and then the toys were like the add-on product, when in reality the toy was the actual product and the TV show was the ad itself, right? We think about this in the modern world with influencers. I mean, not me, like Louis Rossman. Louis Rossman's the world, right? They come on and they start talking about their new koi food or whatever else, and there's a whole question. Are they simply giving you their personal opinion about koi food, or is that an advertisement? And can you tell the difference? When you go to Instagram and somebody is showing you a particular product, is that them being authentic, or is that them authentically getting paid? And that's a problem we're running into in the modern world of all of this communication and understanding like what is an ad and what isn't an ad. And what's going to become even more interesting is as artificial intelligence is tied into more and more systems, and we start asking AI for answers, right? Not for a specific thing. Like when you go to Google, when you went to Google 6 months ago, you were asking for websites, you were asking for web pages that would provide the answer that you wanted, right? When you were using other things, basically it would provide you essentially a link to somewhere else. Now, if you go to Google, it'll just provide the answer for you, right? You get that AI assistant or whatever, and it just spits out answers. And so then you read that answer, and if you don't care about anything farther than just whatever answer you're looking for, you don't go any further. But here's the question. What happens when advertising starts being embedded in the AI? What happens when you start having native AI advertising, where the AI assistant spits out an answer and they happen to drop in a brand name while they're giving you that answer? Think about this. Like if you want a pizza, if you're like, hey, whatever, I would like a large pepperoni pizza. What if that got routed, not based off of what your actual preferences would be, but based off of some advertising money that the AI company was paid, right? It's kind of one of those curious things to start thinking about. And this comes up with Amazon. So this is coming from Ars Technica. Amazon is considering shoving ads into Alexa Plus conversations. So Alexa is their voice assistant, and Alexa Plus is basically an AI-powered voice assistant. And so they're thinking about shoving advertising into that. And that's a curious thing to be thinking about. What do native AI ads look like? Will you know when they're an ad? Since 2023, Amazon has been framing Alexa Plus as a monumental evolution of Amazon's voice assistant that will make it more conversational, capable, and for Amazon lucrative. Amazon said in a press release on Thursday that it has given early access of the generative AI voice assistant to millions of people. The product isn't publicly available yet, and some advertised features are still unavailable, but Amazon's CEO is already considering loading the chatbot up with ads. During an investors' call yesterday, as reported by TechCrunch, Andy Jassy noted that Alexa Plus started rolling out as early access to some customers in the U.S. and that a broader rollout, including internationally, should happen later this year. An analyst on the call asked Amazon executives about Alexa Plus's potential for increasing engagement long term. Per a transcript of the call, Jassy responded by saying, in part, quote, "I think over time there will be opportunities, as people are engaging in more multi-turn conversations, to have advertising play a role to help people find discovery and also as a lever to drive revenue." So the concept here is, hey, if we get paid for ads, this will allow us to present products or services or whatever else that the users are going to be more interested in. This is going to improve the experience for the users, right? When you watch television, we all agree that the ad breaks improve the experience, right? And also happen to drive money to the business that's providing it. Like other voice assistants, Alexa has yet to monetize users. Amazon is hoping to finally make money off the service through Alexa Plus, which is eventually slated to play a bigger role in e-commerce, including by booking restaurant reservations, keeping track of and ordering groceries, and recommending streaming content based on stated interests. But with Alexa reportedly costing Amazon $25 billion across 4 years, Amazon is eyeing additional routes to profitability. This is one of the other problems that we're running into with this whole AI bubble, is they're dumping so much money into these products with they know revenue should be important. Think about this. They've put $25 billion into Alexa Plus. And until I started talking about Alexa Plus, when was the last time you even thought about Alexa? I remember, right, back in, was it 2015, 2014, 2015, right? The Echo Dots. I remember when we were supposed to be building out voice architecture, right? There was all of this talk about the future of voice architecture. Every room in an office building would have something like an Echo Dot, a $25 little voice device. People would be able to talk into it, and that would be the computing interaction for the future, right? That's what we were told. And then they laid off a metric crap ton of those people because it didn't work out, right? They put tens of billions of dollars into it and it didn't work out. Now Alexa Plus is going to be an AI version of Alexa. They've put $25 billion into this product, and I have to ask you the question: how much would you pay per month? Like, when you're hearing this, when you're like, okay, I could have Amazon. I could have an AI assistant from Amazon allow me to buy things on e-commerce, allow me to book restaurants, allow me to order groceries, recommend streaming content. Like, honestly, how much would you pay per month for that? I don't think I'd pay a dime. I've already got Apple Music, right? I can already go online and order my food or whatever else. I can already do reservations with whatever the hell reservation app I'm using. They're literally like if you told me this was just something that I'm already getting. They talk about this now. Maybe it'll just come with Amazon Prime. If I just get this with Amazon Prime, maybe I might use it. But it also might be like Rings of Power, where I've got Amazon Prime. No, I have not watched Rings of Power. I got 15 minutes into the first episode of Rings of Power, and then I turned it off. You see, the thing about me as a YouTuber is I don't hate watch. I don't watch stuff just so I can complain about it. If it sucks, I stop watching it. So apparently they spent like $1 billion on this Rings of Power series. And I got like 15 minutes into it. And that's kind of like where I feel like with Alexa, like even if it was offered for free, and that's one of the questions you have to ask. One of the questions you have to ask when you try to sell a product. If you gave it away, would anybody use it? And when I hear about this, like, no. I mean, I'm not even being particularly snarky. If I get this as my Prime, as part of my Prime plan, I'm still probably not going to use it, to be honest with you. Echo Show devices already show ads, and Echo speakers, speaker users may hear ads when listening to music. Advertisers have shown interest in advertising with Alexa Plus, but the inclusion of ads in a new offering like Alexa Plus could drive people away. Yes. Even though Jassy framed Alexa Plus ads as a way to help users find stuff they're interested in, ads seem more aimed at solving Amazon's financial problems with voice assistants than helping customers find relevant information quickly and reliably. And that's going to be one of the big things we start seeing with artificial intelligence over the next couple of years is they're not making the money that they need to in order to stay solvent. So they're going to start, in shitification, as they call it. They're going to start dumping stuff in. And we'll see how that works out. Beyond ads, Jassy is mulling additional ways to prevent Alexa Plus from being the financial failure of its predecessor. The service is still only available as early access to Echo Show 8, 15, and 21 owners in the US, but once it reaches public availability, it will be free for Amazon Prime subscribers. Let's see here. During yesterday's earnings call, Jassy pointed to the potential for charging extra for Alexa Plus features as they are made available. But what extra would you pay for Alexa Plus? And what you have to think about is in an exceedingly crowded market. Because even with this, right, even if you can come up with the idea, well, Alexa Plus does X, Y, or Z, and so that's why people pay an extra $5 a month. The thing is, when there is already ChatGPT, when there is already Claude, when Microsoft is already pushing out things, when Apple is already pushing out things, when all of these other companies are already pushing out things, I'm willing to spend $20 a month on ChatGPT because they give us the awesome featured images. I give all credit to ChatGPT for those awesome featured images. Basically, all I do is I take a picture of Trump, I say, make him cry comically, and put a taco in his hand. And by God, it does. Dude, that's worth $20 a month. I will admit that's worth $20 a month to me. There's other stuff, like once I have that though, it also will help me with coding projects. It also will help me with other things. They're already talking about creating the agents and all that kind of thing. So if I'm already paying $20 a month for ChatGPT, am I really going to want to pay more for Alexa Plus and all this other kind of stuff? I will say no. With no snark, I will say no, about no interest in. So then they start shoving ads into it. Like, think about what is that experience then going to look like? It'll be curious. It'll be curious, to say the least. So what do you think about this? What do you think about the adification of artificial intelligence? What do you think about, these new products that are being created? Tens of billions of dollars have been put into them with no idea how they're going to make revenue, right? Or a viable amount of revenue. And so they're looking at things like advertising. How do you feel this bodes for the next year or two of the whole AI space? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. Give us an amazing comment or a horrible comment. All that matters in the modern world of YouTube is that interaction. So give us an interaction down below. Do remember SiliconDojo.com exists. We're having the CTO and co-founder of an integrations company come on for a fireside chat in 2 days, Wednesday of this week. And he's basically going to be talking about trying to integrate artificial intelligence into their platform and how that did or did not work out for them. So it's a Zoom conversation. So you can you become a member of Silicon Dojo for free. You RSVP and then you can watch live and ask questions, that type of thing. The week after, we're having the VP for AI models over at IBM come on, and he's going to talk about what IBM is doing in the AI space, talk about their models and that type of deal. So that will be next week. So SiliconDojo.com if you're interested. And with that, see y'all later.